I feel like my career is like a beat, right? Like I'm never finished with the fucking beat, you know what I mean? And I'm never finished with my career. My name is Havoc from the infamous group Mobb Deep. Right now we at THC, NYC. Growing up early on, my music influences was from my father, you know what I'm saying? He was a DJ, and I remember, as young as 5 years old, him playing loud music, disco music at that. The transition from my father being a DJ to me wanting to fuck with music, I would have to say, would be from hanging on the block. You know what I mean? With a lot of the older guys around the way having their boom boxes and just playing all the hottest shit on the block, like Run DMC, Curtis Blow. The tipping point was watching the videos, music video box, and just watching all the fly shit that was going on in those drop top Jettas, the big rope chains, and, just everybody adoring and loving these people. And not to mention living right next door to DJ Marley Marl and hearing the music coming out of his apartment, him producing motherfuckers like Big Daddy Kane, Biz Markie, Roxanne Shante, and just seeing them walk through the hood and we looking at them like gods. It was definitely something that a kid would be like just so enamored by, like, I want to be like that. And I already had an artsy side to me anyway, like being creative. That just made me make the transition right there. It's like, that's what the fuck I want to be right there. And I just never looked back. When I started producing, cannabis was like, I didn't even know it was a go-to. But every time I would smoke, I would just realize how creative I would get. You understand? It would take my creativity to like 100. You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh shit, like this is dope. Like, I feel like a fucking scientist. You know what I mean? So working on the Infamous album, I realized early on it helped me experiment in other ways that people wasn't even producing. I would like slow shit all the way down, and then it would just become this whole different sample. It was a funny joke around my way that, every time I smoked, I would run off. They'd be like, there he go, because as soon as I smoke, the creative bug would just grab me and I would just run home and just start working on tracks. Common records, like, known records that people all know, but they just start sounding different to me once I start, just really getting into it. So I'm always making beats every day. So I got like 1 trillion beats in the laptop, computer, desktop. So I always would be just sending Kanye tracks. So eventually I forget whatever I sent him. And he asked me to come to his crib one day. And I didn't even know if he picked beats. He just say, hey, come to the crib. I want you to work on some tracks. So I'm like, all right, cool. Then he started playing a bunch of tracks that I sent like 3 years ago. So I'm like, oh shit. And one of the tracks was Real Friends and Famous. So Famous in particular was a sample that cause I love progressive rock. So it was a progressive rock sample that I had sampled years earlier. And that was the sample that I used for Famous. I was surprised that he had picked the beat because it was just one of those beats that I made, probably took me like 10 minutes, set it to the side, sent it out, didn't really think too much of it.
Prodigy's not with us anymore. Experiences like Yankee Stadium, like what's kind of like...
Yeah, it's like, it's bittersweet, and I don't say that in an exaggerated way. First of all, being on stage without your partner that created all of this music with you, it's just like sad inside, But at the same time, you want to represent for him, you know what I mean? It's a challenge. It's tough, because you can't replace him. You understand? You could only try to uphold what he did. So performing without him, it's just like, it's fucked up. It feels really bad, but at the same time, to revel in that would be a disservice to him. So you have to go out there and give it 110%, because a percent is gone. I remember early on when he first passed away and I had to perform and stuff like that, I used to have to wear shades all the time, because sometimes when his verse would come on, like I just would like cry, like, you know, a tear would come out my eye and I just gotta turn around, wipe it, and just, you know, keep performing. But as time moves on, you know, you get stronger naturally, and you just do it for the sake of the group. I believe in my mind, if I came from where I came from and, you know, and did what I did, I think I could really pretty much do anything. And that's just not only me, that's everybody. It doesn't matter where you start from. It's like, if you want to do it, just fucking do it.